Let's see if I can get out of here without encountering anything. Aw, man, so close. Well, oh hey, an Absol. Okay, that's a pretty rare encounter. I'm gonna come back to Absol a little bit later, since I'm headed towards that sign, and there's a Kecleon right behind that sign, and I just want to take it down, even though it doesn't really serve much of a purpose, except for maybe if you want to go around the sign, which sometimes I do that. So yeah, I'm just going to take care of that Kecleon real quick. Alright, right here. I didn't talk a whole lot about Kecleon last video. Well, actually, I did. I did say something about special defense, 120, pretty decent. Its ability color change, well, I guess that's pretty nifty too, where Kecleon's type changes depending on what type of move it was hit with. So for instance, if it survives this Leaf Blade, then it'll turn into a grass type. Color change in my opinion, well, I don't see myself using that kind of ability. Personally, I think Kecleon's hidden ability is pretty good. But I think it's better off on a Pokemon like, say, Greninja, that goes without saying. Anyway, back to Absol. Well, unfortunately, it's not being used to its full potential as of yet because, like I said countless times, all the dark moves in this generation are special. So, unfortunately, Absol can't make good use of its 130 base attack with its stab moves. Well, I think the only dark move it gets leveling up is Bite, and that's it. I mean, other than that, I'm pretty sure it could learn Feint Attack as an egg move. But you really shouldn't waste your time, considering the fact that, well, Feint Attack and Bite have the same power, but it's not really worth your time. Anyway, this little cavern over here, it's called a Scorch Slab. There's not really much of a purpose to this place, all it has is the TM for Sunny Day. But in the remakes, this place was turned into a full-fledged cave. Not only that, in the post-game, you can actually find Heatran there, which is pretty good. So yeah, when I was a kid, I always thought, what was up with this place? Well, I guess I got my answer years later. Anyway, there's one more Kecleon that's on Route 119, so I'm going to take care of that right now. Oh yes, in the anime, I do love how Fortree City looks. Well, some of the tree houses were in the trees, and some of them were on the ground. So yeah, I always thought that was pretty good. Okay, this Kecleon I'm about to fight, I don't know why, but I feel like this is the same Kecleon that I would have fought if I was on the further left. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that little platform where you take your Aqua Bike, but yeah, I'm not really sure if this Kecleon is the same as what I fought on that left side over there. But hey, anyway, I don't think there's going to be a Kecleon to that left side when I eventually get there, by Waterfall. I do remember it is there still, but I think it's in a different location. In the remakes, I should say. Sorry about that, I didn't mention that first time around. Okay, with that Kecleon down, I'm gonna do a little bit of shopping. So I've been thinking, since I fought a Pinsir last video and Sceptile couldn't do anything about it, I'm going to buy the TM for Aerial Ace, even though Winona is going to give me the TM for Aerial Ace. But when that does happen, I'm going to give that one TM to Skarmory. I'm giving it to Sceptile so that way maybe it can have a little bit of type coverage when it may be up against a bug type. Yeah, I know Aerial Ace is not exactly a strong move, but hey, it's better than Bullet Seed. At this point, I don't think I really need Bullet Seed anymore, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And speaking of Skarmory, I'm going to give it some moves right now. First off, I'm going to give it the H-Emperor Fly, since, well, even though I can't use it outside of battle quite yet, nobody said I can use it inside battle. So I'm going to get rid of Air Cutter, since Fly has more power. And also, I'm going to give it Return, since at this point, Skarmory's happiness should be maxed out, so that way Return can do the full 102 power. And while I'm at it, maybe I ought to give Fly to Tropius as well, so that way, if Skarmory's not with me, then maybe I could just use Tropius to fly around. Yeah, this is going to come in real handy, if I decide to bench Skarmory for a while. Okay, so what moves should I get rid of on Tropius? Okay, let me see what moves it has. Oh, okay, I guess Razor Leap is the only one left. I guess I didn't pay attention to my moves close enough. Not that I care that much since, yeah, it's Tropius. Okay, my moveset has been updated, so I'm just going to go heal up real quick, and then I'm going to go to the gym. So after I'm done with this place, I'm going to switch Gardevoir up first and put Skarmory in the second slot, so that way I could take on those potential double battles that are inside the Fortree gym. I would put Sceptile up first, but I don't think that's a good idea since I am facing some flying type Pokemon. Well, even if some of the flying types I'm going to face in there are not all that strong still, I don't want to put Sceptile in any danger, even though maybe Aerial Ace can do some significant damage to those flying types still. It's best to keep Sceptile out of harm's way. Okay, there's actually another Kecleon right over here, but oddly enough, it's not going to fight you. This thing's actually going to run away instead. Well, okay. Well, it kind of sucks that I missed out on some experience points, but hey, whatever. Okay, Winona, the bird user taking flight into the world. Okay, I gotta say, I do love how the gym looks in the remakes. Kind of feels like an outdoor area. Okay, the gym puzzle, I do remember that it was going to the right in Ruby and Sapphire, but this time it's on the left. Okay, these rotating doors, they do look kind of tricky, but they're not really all that hard. Okay, that first one was nothing. Okay, so past this trainer here, well, I guess maybe the doors do start to get a little bit tricky. I'm not letting you witness that lovely sight. Oh, well, it seems like this person has a crush on Winona. Okay, first we got people who are crushing on Flannery, now Winona. Yeah, it looks as if that the male gym trainers are in love with the female gym leader, but it's not the other way around, actually. It's never the other way around for some reason. Not really sure why. Well, if he has a crush on Winona here, I would love to see his face if he saw Skyla. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would shit his pants if he saw Skyla, that's for certain. I do remember facing Winona in the Pokemon World Tournament in Black and White 2. And one Pokemon... Oh, hold on a second. You better watch it. Don't get distracted staring at Winona or you'll go crashing down in a heap. Why should I stare at her? I'm not in love with her or anything. Keep your lovey-dovey thoughts to yourself, pal. Oh yeah, oddly enough, there's only one female gym trainer in here. The rest of them are just male trainers who are just drooling over Winona's beauty. Wow. That's all I just have to say. Well, I would like to imagine some of the thoughts that they're thinking, but I think it's best to leave those thoughts out of my head. Anyway, as I was saying, I do remember facing Winona in the Pokemon World Tournament in Black and White 2, and oddly enough, she had a Gyarados on her team. I mean, I know Gyarados is a flying type, but it felt kind of awkward seeing a Gyarados on a flying type trainer's team. I mean, every time I see Gyarados, it's usually on somebody who specializes in water types. So yeah, that seems to be a pretty rare occurrence that somebody like Winona or possibly Skyla. Yeah, I think maybe Winona did use a Gyarados. So yeah, it's very awkward to see a Gyarados on a flying type team like that, even though Gyarados is supposed to be a flying type. Okay, let's see, I'll just use a Thunderbolt on this Ledian over here. I don't think it has any bug moves on it, but I don't think I want to take the risk of finding out. Anyway, let's move on to something else. Well, I was talking a little bit about Castform a few videos ago. Well, I looked on Cerebi to look at its egg moves, and I was pretty astounded at what I saw. Well, some egg moves that I didn't realize that Castform of all things can get. Well, it looks as if maybe they're trying to shove Castform down our throats, but yeah, I don't think that's going to work for me. Its egg moves consist of Future Sight, Lucky Chant, Disable, Amnesia, Ominous Wind, Hex, Clear Smog, Reflect Type, Guard Swap, and Cosmic Power. Well, Cosmic Power, well, I guess that could come in handy for Castform, so that way it gets some defense. But given how measly its defenses are, it can only take moves for so long. And for that matter, I don't know why it has Amnesia on it, since it can just raise both its defenses with Cosmic Power. And seeing moves like Ominous Wind, Hex, Clear Smog, and even Disable on it, well, that's something you don't see on an average Castform moveset. Well, I know there's some people who can make good use of Castform's potential, but sadly, I'm not one of those people. I mean, seeing moves like, say, Ominous Wind and Hex, and as well as Clear Smog, well, I usually see that on a Poison-type Pokemon, especially Clear Smog. Something that Castform is not. Excuse me, I was about to say something different. Okay, these two trainers over here, yes, these two are the ones who are completely drooling over Winona. So yeah, the one on the left, no, the one on the right, sorry about that. Yeah, he says, maybe Winona doesn't have to deal with me. Yeah, this just goes to show how infatuated these people are with a female gym leader. And looking at that kid, isn't he a little too young to be falling in love with a grown woman like Winona? Well, I can't imagine what he's thinking in his head, unless of course the kid's going through puberty already. Well, if that's the case, then I don't think I want to know anything else about that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay, and as for one of its other egg moves, Castform that is, Reflect type. Well, maybe that could be an asset for it too, depending on what it's facing. I mean, yeah, its type does change depending on what the weather is, except for Sandstorm, of course. Well, if it is facing a water type, then... Actually, no, I'm not really sure if Reflect type would be an asset for it, considering the fact that when it rains, yeah, it will turn into a water type. Okay, I guess I'll use Thunderbolt on Pelipper over here. I was trying to figure out what to do against that Zatu over there. I guess I was hesitating for a second. So yeah, Reflect type, yeah, I don't think maybe it would benefit Castform at all. But Disable? Well, I didn't think for one second that something like, Castform of all things can learn Disable. I mean, that's something I see on a Psychic type. Okay, I actually click Return because I want to see if maybe it has that animation where it's at its max happiness. But I guess I'll see that at a later point. When I'm not in the gym, that is. As for Future Sight, well, didn't expect what Castform of all things to learn Future Sight. That's kind of strange. Winona is cute and she's strong. She's the ultimate gym leader. Blush. Yeah, keep your emotions to yourself, kid. Okay, I'm gonna get away from this kid before he starts drooling all over me because of Winona. Okay, this guy over here, in Ruby and Sapphire, I remember I didn't have to fight this guy, but here, well, I guess, I don't know if I didn't have, I'm not really sure if I actually had to skip this guy or not, or maybe I could skip this guy, but hey, I want to fight all the gym trainers so that way I can get a decent amount of experience points. Okay, this is the last trainer in the gym, so after this person, Winona is up next. Okay, so the gym puzzle here, well, it's not all that hard actually. Well, I do remember that I kind of struggled with this gym puzzle when I was a kid, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case this time around. Our leader Winona's Pokemon are all business. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Okay, I guess, push that, and that. Alright, perfect. Okay, now that I'm here, I'm going to go back and heal, since Gardevoir used quite a bit of Thunderbolt power points, and I want to be sure that I have enough power points to take down the majority of Winona's Pokemon. Well, there's one Pokemon in particular that Thunderbolt is not going to be kind of useful on, and I think that's Tropius, I believe. I think she does have a Tropius on her team, but I'm not too sure if that is the case or not. It's been a while since I last fought Winona, so yeah, bear with me if I don't know her team in this very game all that well. But one thing's for certain, she does have an Altaria, that's for sure. In Rising Ruby and Sinking Sapphire, I think she did have a Mega Altaria. Yeah, Dragon Fairy, one of the best typings in the game, actually. A very unique typing, if I say so. I don't think there's any other typing like that, so I kind of wish that maybe Game Freak would make another typing like that, since, well, it's weak to its own type, and it's immune to its own type. You can't get any more unique than that. Okay, this one over here, I always think that this particular part of the gym puzzle is kind of tricky. Okay, and with that, Winona is now in our sight. But I don't have a lot of time left to fight her, so I'm just going to save it for next time. Next time, Gym Battle number 6. See you next time.